Hey everybody, welcome back to 5 Cent Wax. It's time for the October installment of Goats on a Budget, and I've got a special treat for you tonight. Got Joe, the Redneck Collector. Let's bring him on.
Hey, glad to be
Yeah.
here. Thanks for inviting me, Tyler. I enjoy this very much.
Joe, I mean, it just got a little redneck in here, man. I love it.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe a whole lot redneck.
Well, it's not lost on me the irony that maybe the two biggest hillbillies on YouTube are together on one screen. I don't know what everybody at home's going to think about that.
Well, as it should be, right? Gotta show some respect to the hillbillies out there.
Exactly. I like that you're repping your Cardinals tonight too,
That's
Joe.
right. Yeah, gotta
My,
do
my
that.
Yeah, I mean, my Braves were, it's been a long couple of seasons, but I'm holding out the new manager, and 26 we're going to turn it around.
There you go. Same thing for the Cardinals, man. I'm hoping I think it's going to be a couple years of rebuilding, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
yeah. Maybe you've been watching any of the World Series? You catch the first games?
I watched the first game until when I think Ohtani hit that home run and made it 12-4, and it was about that time I was getting tired. I had to work the next morning, so I didn't watch it all the way to the end. But then last night I watched from about the fifth inning on, and Yamamoto was cruising. I have to admit, I'm pulling for the Blue Jays. I'm not a Dodger hater. I really like Ohtani,
Yeah,
but I got to pull for the underdog, right? I like Vladdy Jr. a whole lot and Bo Bichette. I actually collect those guys. I have quite a few cards. I have quite a few Ohtani cards too. So, but
yeah.
I just don't like the thought of the Dodgers. Essentially, in a way, they're buying a championship, right? And I just don't. That's not the way I want to see it. But I don't
Right.
anticipate them.
Well, I've got some fond memories of watching Vlad hit fastballs right off the deck of home plate when I was a kid, and he hit some balls that I'm not sure how he even got to, and he hit them hard. So definitely a talent.
Yeah, he had that violent uppercut swing, man. He
Uh-huh.
just generated a lot of exit velocity, I guess is what they call it today. But
Yeah, and then Bo Bichette. I mean, I used to love his dad as well. I mean, what's it say about us that we're watching kids that we used to watch
second
their dads?
generation, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
so I mean,
Dante, yeah, he
so I mean,
benefited from that thin air and cores for sure.
he did. Does that mean we're getting old? Is that what that
I don't
means?
know about getting. I think we're already there.
Oh, okay. Well, the gray is definitely finding its way in.
Yes, yes. This is no Just for Men commercial right here. That's for
Cor-
sure.
Correct. So glad you're on with me tonight, Joe. I'm excited for this. So Goats on a Budget. This is the second installment. This is where we go through and look at cards of the goats that you can pick up a little bit cheaper if you're wanting to kind of add some of these iconic players to your collection. Thought it'd be a ton of fun to have you on with me tonight to talk through this. I'm sure you have a lot of these cards in your own collection. So if so, feel free to show your examples that you have in your collection.
Yeah, I
Uh,
definitely got some of them. I enjoyed the ones you picked out. I think they're great choices.
Yeah, and then just for awareness for you guys watching at home, I used VCP and I chose grade fives and PSA and SGC and just a middle of the road grade, and the prices, the comps that are thrown out there are current per VCP. Of course, you may find them cheaper, may find them more. You know how that goes, just depends. But pretty good benchmark of what you can pick some of these cards up for. So with that, you ready to get into it, Joe?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, let me pull it up. All right, so here we go with the October edition. We've got three different sets we're going to talk about cards from tonight. The first is 51 Bowman, and I love this set. These are like little pieces of art to me. I think they're beautiful cards. And got four in particular we're going to cover. The first of which is Mr. Robin Roberts. And I'm not sure why I'm on a semi Robin Roberts kick, and I think it's because I found a 57 Roberts Raw pretty cheap a few weeks ago, and thought, well, I need to include him on some things. But Robin Roberts is card number 3 in the 51 Bowman series. Kind of the 51 Bowman in itself is just that iconic kind of or very artistic card. Um, I was a little surprised. PSA grade 5 average for this was 124.85. And the SGC actually came in at higher comps at a 5 with 150. So really nice card. If you're a Phillies fan or a Roberts fan, this is a good way to go get on him for, sub couple $100.
Very affordable Hall of Famer to collect for sure. And if you look at his statistics, I mean, I think he's a deserving Hall of Famer and somebody that you could go out and collect without breaking the bank for sure.
Absolutely. I think I'm supposed to hate the Phillies and the Mets by default since I'm a Braves fan, but that doesn't play into my vintage collecting, Joe.
Well, it's the same thing with me. It's like the Cubs. As a Cardinal fan, I'm supposed to hate them, and I don't, especially when it comes to vintage. Right? It's the history of the game, and whether you don't have to be a Phillies fan to appreciate somebody like Robin Roberts. I think.
Absolutely. I agree. So, very nice card. If you're a Roberts collector or a vintage Phillies collector, here's a good one of a GOAT to go pick up. Next card in the 51 Bowman series is number 62, and that's Lou Boudreau. Of course, Lou has it seems like Lou is spiderweb throughout baseball history of this era that he was around in. But this one, if you look at the comps, grade 5 and a PSA, you're about $61, and SGC coming in right there about $57. So not bad at all. And of course, if you've got a Boudreaux in the collection, then you can kind of, it's like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You can work your way out from there, it seems, in a lot of cases, to me anyway.
For sure.
Not a huge Red Sox fan, but if you need a Boudreaux or some old socks, there you go.
Yeah, and you got to think show some appreciation too for his managerial skills too, like with the Indians, and so yeah, he was somebody like you said, he touched a lot of different players and was a integral part on a lot of really good teams.
Yep, he was. And it's funny when you look back through the history of baseball, there's those certain players that seem to be connected to everything, either as a player or a manager or as both. So he was definitely one of them. Speaking of the Indians, this is one of my favorite cards. I've got to add this one pretty soon. Not just because it's Mr. Doby and because he was so important to the game and what he did. Following Jackie Robinson coming into the American League there, but Mr. Larry Doby, card number 151 in the series. I hesitated to put this one in for a minute because $250, $255 on average for a grade 5. Not insignificant, but also if you're going to own a Larry Doby and a 51 Bowman, pretty good way to go. And I think this is just a beautiful card, like in its own right. Every time I see this card, my eye it just pops.
Love it. It's to me, it's an iconic image in all time baseball cards, which it seems like 51 Bowman definitely has a few of those. But yeah, it's just a timeless, classic, great card. And one of my favorite, probably my favorite image of Doby on anything.
It is, and I don't know if it's the white uniform and kind of the dark background as you kind of fade up off of the people in the stands in the image there, but the white, and then my eye always goes to the dark blue and the red on his hat and on his uniform. It's like it just pops off the background, and it's just a
Yeah,
beautiful picture. I'd love to have a print just like hanging in my bonus room of this card. I think it's gorgeous.
absolutely.
And talking about again another player that was involved in a whole lot of things in the game and in the history of the game. He's definitely right there in the conversation as far as most important, or
Yeah.
those that were the most important.
So Larry Doby's a guy that I really like to collect. I mean, he would definitely be in my, pantheon of favorite players to collect. So I'm glad to see he's starting to get a little bit more acknowledgement and love, I think, in the hobby for sure. Prices are starting to creep up a little bit because of it, but I like seeing his name come up more and crop up more on videos on YouTube and just I've seen it more in articles on in the internet even about Larry Doby, and I think that's good.
Yeah, and you've got to go to my Instagram page to see it, but I've got my grandparents were actually at Yankee Stadium for a game in 1951, and they brought the game program back. It survived all these years. My uncle actually has it now, but as I was flipping through it, I looked at kind of the starting lineups, and you had two things that stood out, really three. Tony Southern Collector helped me trace when the games were. He did some research quicker than anybody I've ever seen as far as finding the dates, but narrowed down the dates. And uh, so the Yankees were playing the Indians, and you've got Mickey Mantle listed as number 6. So very early in his rookie season, he actually, I know y'all know the story, but actually got
Yep.
sent back down to the minors for a stint, was struggling. came back, and when he came back as number 7, and the rest is history. So that was very early on in his career. The other thing I found was when I scanned up to the Indians lineup, you had Doby, and then through Tony's research, the pitching matchup that day was Bob Feller versus Allie Reynolds. So
That's a good matchup.
that's a pretty good game to go to if you're going to go to one.
Absolutely.
So, if I'm not mistaken, I think I maybe saw in one of your videos, or maybe in talking to you through the grapevine, I think you actually own a 51 Dobie, do you not?
I do have a 51 Dobie. I've got it. I've got it right here. It is now it's not a 5. It's a 3.5. Sorry for the glare there, but it is a nicely centered copy that I picked up. This PSA 3.5, and honestly, it was one of those cards that I wanted, but those that watch my channel know I'm bargain driven, right? I want everything, but this card here, I was like, 3.5. That's a really nice copy. I put a bid on it. I won that for $100. So I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
yeah, and it was under comps at the time, and even right now, I don't know what the comps are, and it wasn't like way under, but I want to say it was probably like $25 to $40, kind of under comps maybe at that time of what that card was running. I don't know where it sits today, but I was pretty happy to have that. Now I do have. I'm going to cheat here a little bit. This is the 50 version. I do have this in a 5. Same image. A lot of people like the 51 because it's a longer card, a little bit more of the image. But I bought that raw for like $65 and graded it and got a 5, so I came out way ahead on that. But I
Nice.
think either way you go, whether you get the 51 or the 50, you get this awesome image. And honestly, I didn't think to pull it down, but behind me here, I've got the picture pack. The 8.5
Oh, yeah.
by 11 or 8, yeah, I've got it of that same image there that I picked up and graded. It's one. I don't grade a ton of oversized, but that one I had to have. I graded it and the 48 rookie Larry Doby image. I did those both earlier this year because like I said, I like Doby's my guy, and of course the one having this image on it, I just had to have it slabbed up.
That is awesome. Well, feel free to send that 50 Bowman my way, Joe. I mean, if I mean, if you just need to purge your collection, I'm
I'll
always
keep that
open.
in mind when I'm ready. I'll send it on to you for
Yeah.
sure.
I'm so glad I've got to know you, Joe.
Hey, one other thing I'll mention about this card too is this is, I believe, I'm 99% sure this is one of Mike Payne's 300 great baseball cards as well, and
Oh, yeah.
deservedly so.
Yeah. Yeah, good note on that. I'm pretty positive that we could probably verify that with Tony Southern Collector. I think he's the become the Dobie Master Collector, and my light just died, so you're going to see a big shadow over my face now. So no worries. That most people are probably going to be happy that you can't see my face as well now. So moving on, this is a card, and I don't know why this. So this is Nellie Fox's. I think this is actually his rookie card, and it's card number 232 in the series. And of course, I've been doing a lot of picking up a lot of cards, rookie cards from kind of this era, and kind of doing what I can in that run. This is one I've looked at a ton, and the comps that I looked at on VCP are right in line. You got a PSA grade 5 at 205.53 and an SGC grade 5 at 177.69. I just haven't pulled the trigger yet because I've found something that I just didn't quite like about each one I've looked at, but this is one I've definitely been looking to add. Um, when I find one that's centered to my liking and what have you, that just looks right, that pops the right way. But another nice card. I think it's hard to find anything in the the early Bowman stuff that's bad as far as artwork.
No, I think it's all beautiful, but they, like so many things, even today, quality control. We could talk about 2025 products and their quality control, but
Hmm.
51 and 52 Bowman. I think you can find them with a lot of roller marks on them and things like
Hmm.
that too that you'll find, and then trying to find one centered. But yeah, this is a post-war Hall of Fame rookie card that I would love to own, and it's definitely on my long-term list. Or if the right deal popped up, I would be all over this because I do think he's an underappreciated Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he is. And I didn't put it on here. I think that's actually the end of the cards I have on the 51 Bowman. One I went back and forth on, another card that I think is just beautiful from this set, and I don't know why, is the Whitey Ford. I think
Yep.
that's just a beautiful card, and I need to look and see kind of what pricing looks like on that one as far as comps goes. That's another one that I've got on my list, and I don't know, that would be his rookie
That's his
card
rookie
too?
card. So that
Yeah.
one's it gets a little pricier. Whitey Ford's a guy who overall
Oh,
is
yeah.
undervalued, but those rookie cards, they hold their value. So I've looked at that one quite a bit too. If I had to guess in a five, a Whitey Ford rookie might be close to a comma card. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
Probably in that neighborhood.
I think you're right on that. But again, another beautiful card from that set. So moving on, that was our 51 Bowman examples. Next, I'm excited about this one. I love the with the 58 tops. I think I've been over this in the first installment of Goats on a Budget, but the 58 set was where you kind of saw the introduction of all-star cards, etc. And there's a lot of good pickups you can make there for Mantle and Mays, etc. You go right down the list. 59, you got a lot of combo cards coming on the scene. And we're going to talk about three in particular in this set. I think all these are great cards. First one is the Ace Hurlers. It's card number 156 in the series. Robin Roberts makes his reappearance along with Billy Pierce. But Roberts being the Hall of Famer. The the thing that got me about this one is anybody can go get these cards. I mean, the grade, if you want to get one graded, this card was about $15 in a PSA 5 and about $9 in a SGC 5, and just a good way to go pick something up cheap if you're looking to add to the collection.
That's less than the cost of grading for both
Mhm.
companies right now. You can't grade with PSA that cheap, and you can't grade with SGC that cheap. So yeah, why? And a
Why
five,
not?
I mean, five is a beautiful card from
Mhm.
1959. So yeah, this would be an example of one that, for coming from a guy who likes to buy raw and grade, this would be the one I would definitely go buy a
Mhm.
graded copy on.
Absolutely, and I should have put the pop counts on underneath this one in particular because it is so cheap. But yeah, you're right. I mean, go get this one graded. You're going to lose money if you
Yeah,
don't. So so
absolutely.
go get it. Moving on, next one from the 59 set. I love this card, man. The Destruction Crew card. So this one is card number 166. Features Minnie Minoso, Rocky Calavito, and again Larry Doby. So I mean, it's kind of like a mini murderer's row there, but I mean Minoso and Doby especially on one card, and then Calavito, great player in his own right. But beautiful orange and kind of yellow background. That yellow reminds me of the sun coming up behind them.
Yes, yes.
I just think this is a beautiful card, and this is another one that you can get really cheap. I mean, this is if you go a grade 5 and you get it for current comps, this is another one you might as well go buy already
Yep.
graded. So PSA grade 5 average is $30.54. You can get it in an SGC for $22.50 based off the latest comps. Great card.
Which is crazy cheap. I've got it in a PSA 3.5, but it's an example of one that, like, I bought it raw, like real cheap, like five, 6, 8, 7, $8. I don't know, and I graded on a grading special for like 15. But I'm upside down on this compared to the price you can buy a five. Now I love this guy. I have no problems with it. They can't all be winners, but yeah, this is an example. Had I really thought it through, I really thought that would have graded a 3.5. I'd have been much better off going out and buying a five, because it is
Mhm.
such a cool card. You could make a
It
case for Calavito being a Hall of Famer, in my opinion.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm surprised that he has never made it in. But yeah, this is another card. I don't currently own this card. I'm going to own this card. There's no reason not to. I just haven't got around to going and picking it up yet. But definitely one that I want to add to my own collection. And beautiful example you showed us there as well.
Yeah, that's a card. We could start a series of cards I could buy if I just skipped lunch, because that's
Yeah,
basically the price of lunch, and you could just buy a beautiful card instead.
absolutely.
Lose a few pounds. I mean, who couldn't stand to lose a
It's
few pounds,
I
right?
mean it's a win-win, right?
Yeah,
So we need to start charging admission for just the advice that people can pick
that's
up
right.
from us.
Life altering advice.
It
Yes,
is. It is. Yeah. And we look good while we're doing it.
that's right.
Next in line, another one I love. So two old Milwaukee Braves, but two greats, two Hall of Famers. We've got card number 212 in the 1959 set is the Fence Busters card featuring Hammer and Hank and Eddie Matthews. This card can be had for $55.72 in a PSA 5 or $56.73 in an SGC grade 5. Um, I mean, think about how much history is is captured on this card, not just with Hank, but I mean, Matthew's a great player in his own right. First guy to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I mean, there's just a lot going on with these two guys, but if you want some Hank, this is a good way to go do it really cheap.
For sure. I mean, you're talking about 1,200 and 66 or 67 home runs. I don't remember exactly where Matthews ended up on home runs, but you're talking about just under 1,300 home runs on one baseball card. That's pretty crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
And another one, both of them fairly young, right? Definitely in the first half of their career. It's a great card. This is actually one that I picked up raw from a good friend of mine. He, had doubles, and I knew it was a nice copy, but this one graded a 7. So I got
wow.
really that. Yeah. So beautiful.
You did well on that. And again, this is another one. Just that yellow background. My eye goes to the yellow, and then it's like it comes to the foreground to look at Hank and Eddie Matthews. But would not hurt my feelings if the Braves staffed up and found themselves with two greats like this on the roster yet again.
For sure.
And moving on, we make our way to the 63 tops. There's some good ones to be had here. So I've got some combo cards here for us to go over, and then some individual cards of some goats that can be picked up pretty cheap. First card we're going to look at is Buck Blasters. This is card number 18 in the series. This card features Smokey Burgess, Dick Stewart, Roberto Clemente, and Bob Skinner. Obviously, if you look at the card, Mr. Clemente is referred to as Bob, which he did not like. But I thought, so what inspired me to one, I'm looking to add the 55 Topps Clemente to my 55 Hall of Fame run. Of course, that'll double up in my rookie card run as well. That's a gold card for Strongsville. If I make it up that way in, I guess, April of next year. But I don't know if anybody had a chance to watch it or if you did, but there was a really good Clemente documentary on, I think it was on ESPN 2 or 3 weeks ago that I caught.
I haven't got to see it yet, but I've heard it's really good.
It is really good. And I knew all about Mr. Clemente, but that documentary kind of opened my eyes to some things and got to thinking, well, how could I go get some Roberto on the cheap? And this is a good way to do it out of that 63 set. PSA grade 5 average is $30. SGC grade 5, $33. So this is another one. Skip a meal, lose some weight, get a card.
That's right.
And if you happen to be a Pirates fan or a Dick Stewart, Bob Skinner, or Smokey Burgess fan, it's all the better. But nice card. You can see Mr. Clemente, and just think this is a good way to go pick up a card cheap.
Yeah, once again, I mean, if you went out and you looked, in order to kind of break even on this, to beat that current price, you'd have to find a nice copy for $10 or $15. And if you go look at raw copies, you're not going to find a nice raw, a really nice, a PSA 5 or SGC 5 worthy great copy for $10 or $15. This is the type of card that I think you just go out and you spend the money and you buy you a nice 5 and call it a day. I would imagine a 6 is probably not that much more if you really had to go up and follow the whole collector investor grade kind of format. You're still going to be able to get a great card for just not a whole lot above what grading costs.
Right. Yep. So definitely a good one. Next in the series, we have the Bombers' best card, and I threw this one on there because I'm trying to pick up some Mantle when I can. Another combo card. You got Tom Tresh, the Mick, and Bobby Richardson, some Yankees greats there. This is card number 173 in the series. PSA grade 5 at $96.80, and a SGC grade 5 right at $91. As you know, the Mick is not cheap. So going to get a Mantle of any kind for $100, less than $100, that's a pretty good deal and a pretty good way to add him in to the collection. I'd have to look. I think the 58 All-Star Mantle is one that it's a good entry point card. That card has gone up in price even since I got into the hobby somewhat. I think it's more in the $175, $200 range, if not more by now. So to be able to pick up one of these combo cards with Mantle for $100 or less, that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's a great image. You got Mick right there at the forefront. So to get into a Mickey Mantle for under $100 is pretty well unheard of.
Yep, it is. And there's something about that 63 set that's starting to grow on me. That was not one of my has not been one of my favorite sets, but the more I look at those cards, there's something about them. I don't know what it is, but I am starting to like those cards more and more.
It's a great set.
It is. Oh, next, this is a good one. Power Plus card number 242. Talk about some firepower on the same card. So this card features Ernie Banks and Hank Aaron. Uh, Ernie Banks has never taken a bad photo in his entire life, I'm
No.
convinced, for a card. I mean, he's just very photogenic, got a great smile. Um, I don't know that it gets much better than this. I mean, you can go get this card in a grade 5 PSA for 93 bucks, SGC grade 5 for 95. So about the same price as what you're talking about, the Bomber's best card for a mantle. You're getting a double whammy here for the same money in Banks and Aaron with this Power Plus card. So this is one I would highly recommend.
Yeah, again, you're getting almost 1,300 career home runs with those two guys. And yeah, Ernie, he just got the let's play two look. He just exudes it on every card, every image that you've ever seen of the guy. Yeah, his yearbook definitely probably said, most photogenic, I would imagine.
Absolutely. Yeah, he had some on-field skills to go with it. So
So I've got
uh,
that card, but I've got it. It's a lower grade. I picked up in my Redneck Grill collection that I picked up about a year ago, where I averaged less than $1 a card. So for this, to be less than $1, can't beat it, even if it's low grade. So
yep, beautiful. Beautiful card. All right, next. So now we're getting into the individual cards in the set I picked. This is card number 120. It's the Roger Maris card. Can be had for 66 bucks, 67 bucks in a PSA 5 and 57 bucks in a SGC. Um, I think it's interesting. This photo is what, a couple of years removed from I guess him breaking the Babe's all-time home run record. I'll spit it out in a second. So you're around that period of time where that race was in the not too distant past, and that moment in baseball history. But Maris is somebody that I need to focus more on in my collecting, in my own PC. This is a good way to do it. 66 bucks, go get a nice 63 Maris. I mean, that's hard to beat.
yeah, it's the image though is the guy. It's the opposite of Ernie, right? It's the guy that's had the weight
Yeah.
of the world on his shoulders, and looks like he's just been through a lot, I guess. The kind of haunted eyes look on this.
Hmm. Yeah, and if you ever read much, there's a couple of different books I've read really focused on Mantle. One was The Last Boy by Jane Levy.
I just
Was
got a
a
copy of that. My wife bought at a junk store or whatever. She sent me a picture. She said, "Do you have this book?" I said, "No, I want to read that." So I
it's
haven't
a
read it yet, but I just got a copy of it.
it's a great read. So you're going to be glad your wife picked that up.
Yeah.
There's also a trilogy by Castro is the author's last name, but I've read one of them. It's called it's Mickey Mantle, America's Prodigal Son. But both those books talk about the 61 season, and Mickey was right there for the first, really late into the season until about September in that race. And I think the interesting thing is that he kind of fades away due to hip injury, associated illness, and there's kind of some background with that as well. But Maris kind of became where Mickey had always, in a way, been not very well received by the New York media in general, and kind of been the scapegoat and had a lot of things heaped on him that maybe he did or didn't deserve. At that point in his career, there was a lot of kind of vitriol, I guess you will, against the Babes, home run record being assaulted. And Maris really went through a lot. I mean, his stress level in the book you'll read about had hair falling out. I mean, wasn't sleeping. I mean, he was just under a tremendous amount of stress and pressure, and dealing with the media and all the pressure of, is he going to do it? Is he not? You had the decision on the 61 with an asterisk. Um, Due to the number of games played in the regular season versus what the Babe played. So this is kind of a hollowed out look you get on this 63, and I can't help but think it's probably due to some of the holdover from going through that 61 season.
I'm sure, and I know the movie probably takes a lot of artistic license, but 61, the movie that was HBO Studios put out, Billy Crystal, directed it or whatever. I mean, shoot, it's probably 25 years old now.
Yeah, good movie.
But great movie, though. I mean, I think it does a good job showing some of that what Roger went through, and he's the guy that I'd like to learn more about, because I think he's the reluctant superstar, right? Whereas Mickey maybe enjoyed being in that limelight. Roger didn't want to be. So
yeah,
but I've
had no
got
desire.
I've got this cartoon. It's a lower grade copy. I actually picked it up. A good friend of mine got out of the hobby a few years ago. I bought his collection, so it's kind of special because it was one of his cards. So haven't upgraded it either, but it's a great card.
Yeah, it is very nice. What else? What else you got stashed in there behind you we don't know about, Joe? I mean, is there anything else you need to pull
Oh
out?
my goodness! I don't know. I got all kinds of stuff back here.
Well, send it to the same address as that 50
I'll pack
Adobe.
it up with Adobe, huh?
Yeah, yeah. All right, this one I'm excited about. So Koufax, everybody. I mean, one of the greatest ever. I mean, this dude was lightning in a bottle. Just had an unbelievable arm. Great pitcher. Card number 210 in the series. Koufax is not cheap, especially his base, kind of the cards from his base runs in good condition. PSA grade 5 though, 21288. SGC of the same grade, 163. Basically, that's a pretty good deal for me for a nice Koufax.
Yeah, for sure. And I like this image, this kind of profile. He's staring off to the side. I like the cap he's got on. Looks like it's broken pretty good. That kind of that 60s era ball cap, and I just think it's a great card. I'm kicking myself because I could have picked up a nice raw copy. Just a month or two ago, I was kind of going back and forth on a guy. He really had a pretty good price on it. It was raw, and I should have bought it. But I was trying to get a little bit more of a deal on it, and I missed out on it. Somebody else snatched it up at the buy it now price, which is what I should have done.
Of course.
It's one of those things where you miss out on some things. You win some, you lose some. But I think in a 5, this is just be a fantastic copy of this card, because you're talking about a set that with that colored lower half there, or lower fifth of the card or whatever, that red is going to show a lot of condition type things. So if you get this card in a 5, it's probably going to be a really nice looking card.
Yep. And I mean, a lot of when you talk Koufax, especially the earlier back in your career you go, just add dollar signs, right? So I can't remember right offhand. You remember when Koufax's last season was when he retired? I know
66, I think, was his last year.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
He's not too far removed from retirement in this picture. I do always like I think it's funny the old photos I see. They've got kind of the windbreaker or the poncho under their jersey. It looks like a big tarp at the time. I mean, I can't imagine in LA heat, right, having that thing on.
Oh yeah,
keeping that arm limber. Well, I mean, do I even need to speak here? I mean, here's one of your all-time great Cardinals. I mean, Stan the Man.
Yep, and there's that crooked smile, that trademark crooked smile, and then you got down low, you got the trademark batting stance. We've got a statue of Stan out in front of Busch Stadium, and it's that kind of hunched over batting style. With the quote there that I can't remember which commissioner said it, but here stands baseball's perfect night, referring to Stan. And he was a good guy all the way around. Things that he did while he was playing, things he did for talking about great books. But Willie Mays, I think I got the book behind me here by was it James Hirsch or whatever. I think he talks about Stan, during an All-Star game, coming over with the black players and playing cards with them and making sure that they felt welcome. And I just think he was just not only a great ball player, but a great human being. And one of my all-time favorites. And this is his last card right here, 63. This is his last card in his run. And believe it or not, I just picked this up like probably a month or so, maybe a month and a half ago. This is a really nice copy. This will get graded at some point. And it was another one of my steals, but the steal gets better. They had it listed like a starting bid of like $4.95 or a buy it now for $25. So I bought it now for $25. They had several other cards that I bought for $25. They had said that they had combined shipping. Anyway, go back and forth. And they said they were going to combine shipping for me, and they did not. So I got a little mad about that, and I was went to go file a claim with eBay, and this person had gotten kicked off the platform for something. So eBay just refunded my entire $25. So I got that card for free,
Wow.
along with a handful of other really nice 63s that I bought off this person. I wasn't trying to do that, but they did something, and eBay didn't even. I went to click on the user, and they were no longer a registered user, and eBay just kicked back my money to me. But I still got the card, so
You
I'll
you
take
have
it.
you have some sort of dark voodoo magic that I don't know about when it comes to eBay. I mean,
I
I just wait. I just need you to teach me how to use the force. I don't think I'm using it in the right manner.
I keep saying it's better to be lucky than good. That was just one of those things where, I guess I lucked out. They did something wrong and got kicked off the platform, and eBay didn't play around. They just, eBay makes enough money off me, so they just took care of me, I guess.
Well, my wife. I used to give my wife a hard time that I think we've got an Amazon delivery hub right
Oh,
outside our door because every day I come home, there's Amazon packages. But since I've got back in the hobby, there's also a lot rolling in from eBay, so I can't really give her a
yeah,
hard time about that anymore. I just let dead dogs lie now.
that's right. My wife says the only reason I check the mail is if I have cards coming. If I don't have cards coming, I won't even check the mail. She's
Yeah,
absolutely right.
yeah. Well, so this is the last card I have for this installment, the second one. So this was the October 2025 video or go around for goats on a budget. I'm going to flip back over to where we've got the split screen on, Joe. There we go.
There we are.
Up close and personal. Joe, that was a blast, man.
It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Right in my wheelhouse too, because I'm a large, I cast a large net as far as collecting goes. So this hit on a lot of great things. We had Hall of Fame rookies in there, upper tier Hall of Famers, some lower tier Hall of Famers, and I just think it's great that you can get out there and you can buy cards. You don't have to spend big dollars, right? I mean,
That's right.
you can go after that Koufax or you can go after that Robin Roberts, and to me, I want both of those cards. So I'm happy to have either one, and to look for those deals. And when you talk about vintage cards, 50s and 60s cards in a five are a really nice card.
Nice card. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Joe, if you'll so honor me, so normally I close my videos out, as you know, by opening a couple items from my brothers through the mail. I thought maybe since you're on here with me, I may open a couple then to close this one out.
That would be fantastic. That's one of my favorite parts of your videos, Tyler, is when you do that. I think it's really cool. So I would love to be on for that.
Well, I appreciate it. I don't know, so I just grabbed two. I might grab another. I've got a stack of them here, depending. But old bro's been on a pretty good run like so far. I don't know if I'm just picking like the sweet spot of the envelopes when I pull them or what. But first card we have out of said envelope, we have a Topps Heritage Dave Bush.
All right.
And my brother, I'm guessing, his collection was he covered all bases. He did a lot of prospecting. Looks like from this second one, you're going to see that as well. So this is Topps Heritage rookie card, Willie Eyre. Don't know the gentleman. I'll get it on here in a second. So apparently, I'm into a run here of my brother doing some little prospecting of players, seeing if any of them hit it big. I'm going to open one more. Let's see what we got here.
Well, I love the archives or the heritage designs. Either one, those are really cool.
Well, I must say this one has was not what was expected, and it goes with what I was saying. So, Joe, what do you know about the WWF?
So I grew up in the WWF. Definitely it's cliche, but Hogan was my guy. But I know all the guys from the '80s and '90s.
So, if I'm reading this right, and my brother, I mean, I grew up on the Ultimate Warrior and Hogan and
Yeah, oh
Savage. I
yeah,
mean, right? I
yep.
mean, back when it was real, damn it. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
yeah, exactly, yeah.
So my bro, looks like if I'm reading this right, is it Ivan Koloff or
Oh,
Nikita
okay,
Koloff? Who you
yeah.
seeing there?
One of the Koloff is it? I definitely see the hammer and sickle. Is it Ivan and Nikita? Is that
I
both of
think
them?
I think it's both. I can't read the
Yeah.
second signature, but WWF greatness right
Yep.
there.
They were part of that Cold War, Cold War feud with Hogan and Sergeant Slaughter and Hacksaw
yeah,
Jim Duggan, all those guys that represented the American dream versus the Soviet Empire.
yeah. Absolutely. So my interest is completely peaked now, Joe. If you got time, we got to
Okay.
do one more.
Yeah, no, yeah, let's see.
Ah, somebody I know. So we've got a Dominic Rhodes played for the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Running back, right? When
Yeah,
he
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He was pretty good. I remember him.
yeah.
So that this pretty much says it all about my brother and who he sent letters to looking for autographs. That's impressive.
I think that's fantastic. And I've watched a lot more. I've always watched TTM videos, but I'm really thinking about starting to do some of it.
Mhm.
Two reasons. I just think it is cool. I've watched other people like Lou Rock get into it, and there's so many other great channels like Eddie's Cardboard Chaos and Adam's Card Closet and all these others that's a big part of what they do, and it's fun to watch them. But it's cheaper too. It's something that maybe keeps me off eBay because as many finds as I buy, I do spend a lot of money. So I'm really thinking about doing some more TTM, and so stay tuned. I may get into that. I've been watching some how-to videos.
Sweet. I did catch this last weekend. Jeff from a Fine Card Collector has a good video out there. Looks like
Yes.
he's getting
Yeah.
started on the TTMs. He does a great how-to things that I
Yes.
would never consider. So give that a watch.
Yeah.
All you guys out there if you haven't. So anyway, Joe, we've covered goats on a budget. We've covered Big Bro's Vault. We've covered the glory days of WWF.
We've done a
Um,
lot.
I mean, what else is there?
I don't know. I mean, we've given good, solid life advice.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I think we've got to call it
I'm,
quits on
I,
that note.
I think so too. I think it's a good place to stop.
Well, Joe, I sure appreciated it. Will you come back on with me in the future?
Absolutely. This was a lot of fun, Tyler. I'll do it anytime.
I appreciate it. So hang tight for a second. And for you guys out there watching, I'm sure you know well who the Redneck Collector is and have checked out his channel. You'll find his link in my bio. If you haven't, check out his channel. Got some great stuff in his collection and a lot of good content that he creates. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you all. See ya.